everyone. Good morning. So we are live for morning meditation and yoga on a Wednesday. For anyone that joins that hasn't joined before, my name is Julie, and we're going to do the same setup as the last few days. We're going to start with a centering and a breathing, and then move into some quiet meditation. And then from there, we are going to move into some wake-up yoga and just some things to get the body moving before we start into our day. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is find a comfortable seated position. You can sit up tall using a cushion, a bolster, a block, or if you don't want to use any props, that's fine. If you're just joining us for meditation, you're always welcome. You're also able to sit in a chair if that's the most comfortable option for you. Okay, all right. So once you find a comfortable seated position, just take a few rolls of the shoulders. Inhale, roll the shoulders up, and exhale them down and back. And again. And one more. And just relax your hands down, facing up for receiving energy or down for grounding energy. And close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and then exhale, sigh or blow the air out of the mouth. And just do this a few times. Inhaling calm, exhaling, sighing out, letting go of any stress or any tension. And then once you've sighed out a few times, just come back into the natural rhythm of your breath. Notice your breath. Notice where it lands in the body. And then to center this morning, let's start our day in an energy of gratitude. So, in your mind, in your awareness, for the next minute or so, I'd like you to just create a gratitude list. And whatever appears on your list, it doesn't matter how big or small it is, whether it's material or immaterial. It can be anything at all. And just drop into that sense, that awareness of gratitude. So again, in your mind, for the next minute, let yourself float from thing to thing, building up that energy, that awareness of gratitude within. What are you grateful for this morning? And then start to bring your gratitude to your breath and deepen the breath through the nose. Inhale through the nose, take the breath down into the belly so that the belly rises on the inhale. Exhale out the nose and feel the belly roll back toward the spine. So inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. And then deepen the breath further. Inhale through the nose, fill up, belly, ribs, chest, expanding all the way up through the inhale. Exhale out the nose, chest, ribs, and belly contract. For those of you familiar with pranayama, with yogic breathing, this is a dirgha breath. You might want to come into your ujjayi or your ocean wave sounding breath. But let's just cleanse the airways this morning with a few of these deep breaths. Even if you do your meditation with a natural breath, that's okay. But just take a few of these deep breaths using both diaphragmatic and thoracic breathing, slowly filling up and slowly emptying out the lung space. And then from here, we're going to come into a few minutes of quiet meditation. And one of the options that you have is to simply follow your breath. So just to notice inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then anytime a thought finds you or thoughts find you, just allow them to pass. No need to judge them. But if you get carried away by any of them, it's okay. Just acknowledge the thoughts when you notice and then keep coming back to your breath. One other option is to repeat a mantra in your mind. And we'll talk about this more in the coming days and weeks. But maybe if it resonates for you, the mantra that you might want to say for yourself today is, I am grateful. And you just repeat that in your mind. I am grateful. I am grateful. Or you could even put it as a noun. I am gratitude. I am gratitude. And so instead of following your breath, you just follow this mantra. And it's the same. Sometimes thoughts will interrupt even your mantra, and that's okay. And you just come back to it when you become aware. So either following the breath or following the mantra. Let's take a few minutes now just to be in quiet meditation at the start of this morning. Okay. Start to bring some movement back into your body. And then from here, we're going to just, again, let yourself move around. You're going to yawn, sigh, stretch, just whatever you need. And then start to bring yourself. So we're going to come onto the mat now. So if you are on a block or a bolster or anything like that, just shift it out of the way for now. Okay? And actually, what I'd like you to do is come straight into a child's pose. So you're going to take your bottom back towards your heels, belly over the thighs. Take your arms out in front of you. Relax your forehead down. And just take a moment to sigh it out. And start to roll yourself up so that you are coming into a tabletop position. So you are going to bring your knees so that they're coming in line with your hips, and you're going to spread your fingers out wide, bringing your shoulders in line with your wrists. Now, we're going to spend a bit of time in tabletop today. So if you've got a really hard floor, what you can do is you can put a fold in your mat and bring your knees onto the fold just to help protect the bone of the knees. You can also use a blanket or a towel folded up underneath. So just find what feels right to you. Okay. And then again, we have this finger spread nice and wide, shoulder distance stance, and then knees in line with the hips. Let's take a few cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, arch the spine. We roll the shoulders back. We open up through the chest. And then exhale, tuck the chin in toward your chest and round up. And again, inhale, roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. And exhale. Tuck the chin into the chest, curl. Take a few more. Just inhale, arch. And exhale, round. One more. Okay, and then come back to neutral. Take your right hand, and I want you to bring your right forearm down so that your right wrist is coming behind your left, okay? So you're like that. And then you're going to turn and look past that left shoulder, just starting to get your twist, a very gentle twist on there. And then if you feel like deepening that twist this morning, you're going to thread that right arm all the way through, taking your right ear down to the ground. This is also shoulder stretch. And then inhale, lift the left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, wrap it around behind the back. Oh, nice stretch there this morning. And then inhale, lift that left arm back up to the sky. Exhale, take the left hand down, press through that hand, mindfully unwind that right arm, swing it up, inhale. Okay, exhale, take the right hand down, and then I want you to roll your bottom back toward your heels. So you're coming again back toward a child's pose. And then we're going to, I know we have the other side to do, don't worry. We're going to take the arms and we're going to stretch them out, but bring them to the outside edges of the mat. So if you're on a mat, you're taking them off the mat. And if you're not using a mat, just wider than shoulder distance. And then you're going to take your right arm and you cross it over your left like a cat stretching out its foreleg. And just relax the head down between the arms like they're at a massage table. And shift your weight a bit toward your right heel. So you feel this long stretch through the side of your body. And then take that right hand, bring it back out wide and cross left over right, letting your head relax down again. Shift the weight more toward the left heel. Oh, and just breathe. Okay, take it back to center and roll your body up into that tabletop again. Take one cat-cow just because we can. So we're going to inhale and arch and exhale round. Okay, and then back to neutral. Take your left forearm, bring it down onto the ground. Left wrist coming behind the right. Turn to look up past that right shoulder. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Thread it through if you want that deeper twist and it feels okay to your body. And then you're going to inhale, lift that right arm up to the sky. Exhale, wrap it around behind the back. And just breathe into the stretch. Inhale, lift that right arm back up. Exhale, take it down and then come back. Oh, nope, swing that left arm up. Sorry, take an inhale. There we go. And then exhale, take that hand, left hand down. Now coming back into a tabletop position, I'd like you to, I'm just going to turn to face you for this. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to turn your left hand so that the wrist is pointing forward. Okay, and you're just very gently going to lean back. So nothing extraordinary there, just a slightly, and you can see why, because we don't want to break anything. We're just stretching through that wrist area. Okay, and then we take it back, and then we do the same with the other side. Just breathe. Okay, and then we take it back. Okay, now from here, we're going to come into our Hara kicks. So Hara, H-A-R-A, not horror. And we're going to inhale through the nose, and then we exhale, ha, coming from the diaphragm. Okay, so again, wrists in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Draw the right knee in towards your chest, curl in. And actually, before you do anything, I want you to kick that right leg back slowly and just make sure you're not going to hit your foot into a wall or anything else. Okay, important. And then once you know for sure that that space is clear, you're again going to draw the right knee into the chest, curl in, take an inhale, exhale, ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. 5 more. Ha, ha, ha. 2 more. Ha, and ha. Kick that leg back. Okay, now keep that right leg back behind you. I'm just going to turn around so I can show you this next part here. Okay, so that right leg is back behind you. Now, I want you to start to bend that right knee, lift up that leg. So you're turning and opening that right hip up to the sky. So it's that thing of being a dog and finding a really good tree. Okay, and you're going to take that right knee and draw it all the way up toward your shoulder, toward your elbow, roll it around toward the elbow. So then you square forward and you take it back. And then again, you open that leg out to the side. Cock the leg, be the dog, and draw it up and around. And good morning to the glute and to the hip. Just keep breathing through. I'm just going to grab my phone just so I can make sure. Keep an eye on the time. Okay. Now, take one more. And then when next you take that leg back, I want you to just keep the hip squared to the ground. So we're not opening it out to the side, but we keep it squared to the earth. Now, if you have a sensitive right wrist, you might want to come up onto a fist here. And then you're going to take the left arm out in front of you. So left arm out, right leg out. Lovely stretch and strengthener for the lower back. And then bend that right knee. And if you can, take the left arm back to catch hold of that right foot. And then you're going to lift up and back, opening through that shoulder, coming into Ardha Dhanurasana, half bow. If you cannot get hold of that foot, keep it there if you're holding on. But if you can't get hold, let the left hand come down, lift your right leg up, lift the head, lift the heart, like you want to lick your toes. Okay? Okay, gently release. Take that right knee down, roll your body back into a child's pose. Take your bottom back towards your heels, forehead down. Take a moment just to sigh it out. Okay, and then lift the head, lift the heart. Before we do the other side, we're just going to do something else for the back and for the hips here. So what I would like you to do is actually, for a moment, just roll up and then walk your knees out a little bit wide. It's not a big wide stance, but just pointing the knees toward the edges of your mat so that when you bring your bottom back, you're in more of a wide angle child's pose. So your belly is going to come partway down between your legs. Okay. Now spread your fingers wide out in front of you, and you're going to take an inhale there. And then exhale, start to roll towards your hands, and then let your feet come up. Roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest, okay? And then we're going to roll it back again. Okay, and then we roll forward. If you need to adjust the position of your hands, please go ahead. And we really push the hip flexors forward, roll the shoulders back, open the chest, inhale. And then exhale. Take 3 more. Try to avoid locking the arms. So as I'm doing this, I'm keeping a very soft bend in the elbow, okay? Shoulders back, not up high. One more. Okay, and then roll it back into that wide angle child's pose. Take a moment just to sigh out there. And then roll your body all the way back up to tabletop. Bring the knees back in line with the hips, wrists back in line with the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to come into those hara kicks on the other side. So we draw the left knee into the chest. Take an inhale, exhale, kick that left leg back. Ha, 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 ha. 5 more. Ha, 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 ha. And last one. Ha. Kick it back. Okay, and then we make sure we're squaring forward through the shoulders. We feel as stable as we can across those 3 points of the hands on that right knee. And then draw the left knee out and up to the side. Hydrated doggy. Left knee all the way up to the shoulder, around to the elbow. And we swing it back. Keep it going. A few more. Breathe, breathe. Okay, one more. Okay, and then we take it all the way back. Now, either spread that left hand out wide or come up onto a fist. Reach your right arm out in front of you. And we come into that sunbird, into Chakravakasana. Reach and lift, reach and lift. And then we bend that left leg behind us, take hold of it with your right hand. Now it's really easy to drop down once you have hold of it. I want you to keep lifting up and back. And again, if you don't have hold of it, just take the hand down, lift that back leg up like you want to lick the toes. And we're really opening the chest here, opening through that quadricep, opening through the shoulder. Where's your breath? Okay, gently release. Roll your bottom back toward your heels again. Take the arms out in front of you. Relax the forehead. Come down into child's, into Garbhasana. Just sigh it out. Okay. And then I want you to just walk yourself up into a forearm tabletop. So knees are in line with the hips, elbows are in line with the shoulders just for a moment. And then keeping your bum up in the air rather than rolling it back for a child's pose. So bum stays up. Just walk your forearms out in front of you and take your forehead down to the ground and just sigh out. Take a few deep breaths here, a couple more. Just opening the shoulder and the upper back. And then gently walk yourself all the way back up. And then I want you to curl your toes under behind you. Do the best you can to get all of your toes curled under. Sometimes the pinky toes, they don't want to curl, and that's okay if they dangle. And then you're going to roll back and come into a seated position with your toes curled under on your heels. And the way this hurts is probably about right. It's a pretty intense stretch of the fascia. Breathe. We won't stay here for long. Okay, take your hands out. Give your tootsies a little shake out behind you. Okay, now I want you to curl your toes back under, but then walk yourself back so that you can push back into a squat. Okay, all right, so we're in that squat here. And now, a couple options in that squat. So option one, if you can, you're going to take the soles of the feet down onto the ground. However, for some people, this would break the arch of the foot. So don't break your foot. You're going to instead stay up onto the balls of the feet, lifting the heels, okay? So just find what is right for you there. And then take your elbows, bring them to the insides of your knees, bring the palms together, and we roll the shoulders back. We open up through the chest, and we squeeze the elbows and the knees against each other as we breathe into Malasana, into this squat. Really elongate the spine, lifting up. Let your shins talk. They'll talk a little about this. It's okay. And then adding a stretch into this, take your right hand, bring it down onto the ground. It's in front of the knee, okay? So I know sometimes it feels intuitive to swing it around the back. Keep it in front of that knee, hand coming down. And then we lift the left arm up to the sky and we just follow that with the gaze. And then exhale, take that hand down, bring it so that left hand now comes in front of the left leg. And then we lift the right arm up to the sky. And gently release. Come back into Malasana, into that yogic squat just for a breath. And then see if you can very gently fall back onto your bottom or just help yourself back onto your bottom. Take your legs out in front of you and then just give your shins just a very gentle little pummel with your fists. Okay, and you can do one leg at a time. And work your way up the leg and down the leg. And then even work up around your kidneys, up into your belly, up into the Tarzan. You can make a noise if you want to make a noise. And then down around each armpit. And down each arm. Just loving up the body, loving up the lymphatic system. And then fingertips onto the chest, neck, and face. Okay, and then release. Draw your knees in and come up to seated. Take your hands into prayer in front of the heart. If you want to sigh any last times right now, let yourself sigh. And then from here, take a moment to just thank yourself for spending the time this morning to start your day by opening both the mind and the body, and maybe clearing out things from the mind and the body. And then just take a moment to set into your awareness, into your heart, the energy with which you would like to continue to welcome this day of your life here on earth. Set the intention to go forward in that energy. And then gently bow, honoring your body, your light, your practice, and all that is exactly as it is. And thank you all so much for joining us here this morning. Same time, same place, tomorrow morning, 7:15. Have a really lovely rest of your day. That's it for today.